You need to get up.
Get up. People are watching you.
Motor 3. Can I
What's up, everybody? Today we are covering the end result of what happens when women blame everything. And we're using this police body cam footage to cover that as an example. Let's get into it.
Here, please.
Get off of me! Get off of me! Get off of me! Get off of me! Stop touching me! Tell them to get off of me right now! Let me go! Let me go!
She needs to get up.
She's got mental issues.
Just to let you guys know, the officers, this is literally what the scene looked like when the officers first arrived. Just so you know. Yeah.
Let me go! You piece of...
Are you done?
No! I'm not sitting in the car! If you touch me again, I'll sue you! No, you won't.
Okay.
Yes, I will! For battery on the ground! Yes, he did!
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did!
I'm your mom, and
Did you not just see that?
watching you here?
Good. My car is broken.
Now he's
My
calling
car
for-
is
And so
smashed.
what? It's a car. You're about to get arrested.
I'm not getting another one up. Their cars are fine. Mine's the one that's broken.
They're calling a car for you.
I don't give a
You need to respect the police.
Look at
Our
it.
family are police officers. You
All
what?
dirty, nasty,
No.
corrupt pigs. All of them are. All of them are.
Thanks to social
all
media
of them are.
nowadays.
Because all of them are.
Well, honestly, man, it's not thanks to social media. It's because you allowed your daughter to blame men for literally everything in her life. Yeah, you did. Because the fact of the matter is, doesn't matter which way you look at it, doesn't matter what you have in your pants, people need practice with accountability. They do. Like, I know you might have some seemingly well-founded reasons to be too afraid to hold your daughter accountable for behavior. However, reality is not. Difference is, when you hold a woman accountable, you can control the doses. You can. You train the individual's mind, the woman's mind, to handle tougher levels of accountability. But when reality holds woman accountable, kids' gloves are officially off. It's officially, the woman enters officially a take no prisoners kind of attitude. That's what happens.
All of them are. When they get here, they are not touching
Well,
me. For what? I'm sitting here like this. Who am I to?
Okay,
They're
first of all,
not
you're too close
touching
to the
me.
road.
Because he put me here.
No.
He put me right here. Yes, he did. Put it on camera. Play that camera back. That
Up on the
camera back.
ground, okay?
And he threw me down.
We're not-
Play that camera back right now.
Sit
Stop. Mom.
Now we're done. Now we're done. Okay? We're done. Okay? We're done.
I didn't do anything to you. Ow.
Do not move. Do you understand me? Do not move.
Ow. What are you doing?
Do not move.
What are you doing? Nobody was touching you. You're a pedophile. Pedophile touching me.
I don't think so, ma'am.
You're a pedophile.
Hardly.
No one did anything to you.
Are you done with your mouth?
No. Get me
Okay.
up. I can't breathe.
You can
I
breathe
can't
just
breathe.
fine.
No, I can't.
You're screaming and yelling. You can breathe just fine, dear.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
You can breathe just fine, dear. Good. Then let's roll over.
Help.
Then let's roll over.
Help.
There. Now you're fine.
Help. Help. Help.
Motor 3.
Help! Help! Somebody help! Help!
You're fine.
Help! 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 Why did you do this?
Not turn and face me.
Why did you do this?
Because the way you're acting.
Why did you do this? I
the
wasn't
way you're
touching
acting.
nobody. I wasn't doing
Doesn't
anything.
matter.
So why do you do this?
What do I
This
do?
is just
What?
gonna make
Because
me
you're
more.
acting this way?
This is just gonna make me more mad. Why would you do this?
That's unfortunate.
Why would you do this?
Why would you act the way you acted?
Why would you? Because my car is crashed,
And
sir.
it's a car.
And it's my car.
And it's a car.
Yep. It's Carvin. So what if you crashed it? Big deal. That's why we have something called insurance companies. Yeah, car insurance companies. That's why we have them. That's literally a risk that everybody faces when driving a car. Yeah. However, when men go into a car accident, we call the insurance companies. We let our car insurance deal with it. But when a feminist like this one gets into a car accident, hey, it's officially the end of the world. The reason why is because reality is now having her face a level of accountability she just doesn't know how to mentally process. And the reason why she does not know how to mentally process it is because she's just been blaming men for everything. She has, as you can clearly see. She's been blaming men so much to the point where, hey, she completely deprived herself the ability to face reality now. Yeah. Because let's face it, freedom and accountability are not opposites. They go hand in hand. They really do.
I just look at you. I'm
No,
not.
you can't look at me. Stay
Why?
seated. Because I said so.
Then get your neck off of my neck. I'm sitting right here.
Stop.
Get your hand off my neck.
Stop.
It hurts, sir.
It doesn't
get
hurt.
Off
Now
of me.
stop.
I'll scoot forward.
No, you're not.
Get
Now
off
stop.
Of me. Mommy's hurting me.
I'm not hurting you.
He's hurting me.
Are you done?
He's hurting me. He's hurting me.
That's enough.
No, he's hurting me.
It's enough.
Help. Help. He's hurting me.
You need to
He's
stop.
hurting me.
You need to stop. Do you understand me?
He's hurting me.
He asked you to go
He's
sit in the car.
hurting me.
He asked you to sit in the car,
Look at
and you
my
wouldn't do
hands.
it.
He's
I know.
hurting
You know,
me.
now you're being arrested.
No, I'm not.
You probably are.
No, I'm not.
Did not do what he asked you to do. Was simply sit in the car. I shouldn't have brought you here. I didn't know where to get to live.
Look at my car.
Yeah, but
Can you get my shoes and my purse?
who
and
cares
phone off
about
the
your car?
ground?
You're getting arrested. I don't give a your car. You're out of control. You did exactly what I told you not to do.
I
Yes, you did. You didn't do what he asked you to do.
I was mad about my car.
I know that. He asked you to sit in
Donna.
the car.
Am I getting arrested?
Yep, and the reason why she did not do what the officers told her to do is because, let's face it, the feminist movement teaches women that submitting to a man is some kind of evil patriarchal system, even when it's literally just a man doing his job. Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
For what? Luke! 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 Hold on, can I talk to him?
No.
Just 1 second.
What am I being arrested
down
for?
Not yet, no.
Okay, hold on. Just stay right here up against the wall for me.
Luke, come here, please.
No. You need to stand up. You're gonna hurt yourself. No.
I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs.
You need to stand up.
I can't feel my legs.
Man, come on.
I can't feel my legs.
Other side.
I can't feel.
Calm down. We can give her one more teasing. Get her in the car to go home.
One step at a time.
I can't feel my legs.
I need to back off right now.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I need you to
I
stand up
can't feel
real
my
quick.
legs.
You
Okay.
need to stand up then. I need to stand up.
Stand up.
I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. I'm serious. I'm serious. I
Then you need to stand up.
Stand up.
Have a seat in the car. Have a seat in the car. Have a seat in the car. Face me, Sophia. Yes, you can. You need to stand up. You have a seat in the car. Get in the car now.
Sophia, listen to them.
Hey, I remember cries like this. Yeah, we've seen 5-year-olds do it. Really have. Now, why is a full-grown adult woman doing this right now? Well, the answer is easy. You see, despite what the feminist movement teaches, likes to preach, women, like we said before on the channel, women mature faster than men physically. The reason why is because a woman's biology is a lot more complicated than a man's biology is. There is plenty of additional room for error. There is. That concept that, hey, men age like fine wine, women age like sour milk, that's not sexist. That's literally just a shorter version of the differences of point out the differences between a man's biology and a woman's biology. Mental growth and maturity, on the other hand, well, that's learned. It's learned through accountability. Also learned through self-reflection. AKA, looking back, saying, hey, where did I mess up here? How can I do better next time? And you get self-reflection through accountability. That's really what triggers it. However, when you're doing the polar opposite of self-reflection, which is just blame men for everything, just blame men for everything, guess what? You're going to completely deprive yourself any real mental growth in responsibility and maturity. We really are. In this case, is reached the extent where, hey, just like my commenters have said, she's now become a child with breasts. And let's be honest with you, that's not attractive even for men. In fact, there's nothing more appalling than that. Because let's be honest here, when us men, when we reach a certain age, we want girlfriends. We want wives. We don't want to adopt a full-grown adult woman. And asking us to do that is just plain creepy. It really is.
Sophia, you need to stand up.
You need to stand up. You need to get yourself hurt, okay? We need to get you inside the car.
Sophia, you need to stand up. Let's go. Come on. You did this to yourself. Come on, let's go.
Sophia. Pull her that way a little bit.
Okay. Stop. Stop it. You're making a fool of yourself. Lean forward. Stand up.
Ow! Ow, my arm is
Okay.
popped! Ow, it popped!
No, it didn't. Now, come on.
It popped!
No, it didn't. Now, stand up. Stand up. You can stand up.
I can't! I'm so scared!
Stand up. You kick it with us, it's going to be it.
I'm so scared!
Get in the car. Now.
Help!
What happened? Have a second.
Yep, and the reason why she's so scared is because she has no practice with accountability. 0 to none. Literally, 0. She just blames men for everything, as you clearly saw. That's why she's so scared.
She wasn't even involved. She's the owner of the white car that was totaled. Her boyfriend was driving it. She came here, comes out of the car, screaming, hooting and hollering. I'm like, well, this will be great. Goes over, does her thing, comes over and just wouldn't stop yelling, screaming, doing all this crazy stuff. And I finally started getting back in the car, and it was downhill from there. Yes, sir. I just can't win. Oh my goodness. So a Morgan crash out here, and the vehicle owner shows up, and she's not even in the crash, but it's her car. Her boyfriend, I guess, who wasn't supposed to have it, got in a crash. Really, not a big deal, but she is carrying on dramatic going freaking crazy. So I finally let it go for a while, tried to let her mom handle it. It was kept escalating. She's screaming at him, getting in his face. She's screaming, causing a scene. There's cars stopping over here looking at us. The other people involved are looking at us. I'm like, well, I have disorderly at best. So I'm like, all right. So I try and talk to her. I'm like, look, you need to calm down, try and talk nice to her. And then she kept going and going, talking over me. I'm like, I'm done. So I charged at her, get back in the car, kept pushing her verbally back, get out of my face. I'm like, no, you need to get in the car. So she wouldn't. She turned and started like to go off again. So I grabbed her. And then she, of course, said, oh, and went to the ground and starts going crazy again. Like I pushed her on the ground, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, dear. So I let her go. She sat up, waited. Then she tried to get up again and storm off. So I'm like, nope, we're done. So I grab her and we go to the ground and I cuff her. And that's pretty much it. Now she's saying on my shoulder. And she faked passed out. So I'm like, we're going no matter what now. If nothing else, it's resisting. But I guess I can try and get statements from these people over here who are probably not going to want to be involved. So we'll see what happens. It happens so quick. So just FYI.
You can't.
Sorry about what's going on here.
No, I mean, it's my fault. Shouldn't have brought her here. I knew she was. This is equally my fault because I knew she was
I knew this was coming. She was really upset when she's having issues emotions. It's my fault for bringing her here. We needed to get him and try to get this. And now she turned 18, this summer. So she was extremely upset because we don't have coverage on our car if it's damaged. It's pretty. And this, we told her, if sometimes your car, that's it. We can't get you another car.
You covered other people, not yourself.
Right, right. That kind of insurance, but because she's younger, you cover her car, and that car's that's already paid for. The car we bought it straight up, nevertheless. So she was upset about it because she's thinking she didn't have a car, she's got a new job. How are they going to get back to Gainesville? They were fighting before he left today, which is probably partly why I know the road was wet, but it doesn't help when you're not driving when you shouldn't drive emotionally. Nevertheless, we got here. Officer Meadows is fantastic, great guy, trying to go through. She immediately, when she saw her car, started just going crazy, screaming, yelling, upset, and everything about her car, being very dramatic, obviously, to upset Luke as well, but not fake, because I know it was true, but again, it should be my fault. I shouldn't have drove her here, but I had no choice. I needed to try to get him. I needed to try to get the car. I guess I had a choice. I should have just kept driving away from it. But nevertheless, she just wouldn't listen to anyone and calm down. He was very nice, asked her, stop yelling. He asked her to sit in the car. I asked her to sit in the car. She just wouldn't do it. And because she was so emotional, of not understanding.
Yeah, and the reason why she's so emotional, madam, has nothing to do with any disabilities or mental health issues. It has to do with the fact that she's been blaming men for everything in her entire life to the extent where she never really learned how to control her emotions. Well, and I will admit, I think emotions are a great fuel source for your ambitions, so long as you put logic at the driver's seat. If you let emotions be your fuel and your driver for everything, that's just chaos for the purpose of chaos. It's not really going to do much any good. It really won't.
About anything else that's going on, thinking about the car and her job, and now she's really screwed with her job. She's got a brand new job. She's doing really well. So it's not a good thing. So I tried to tell her on the way here, if she doesn't control herself, not only would she not have a car today, but she would get arrested today, and that's not something that she wants to do. So I thought she completely understood that, but I think she still thinks she's a kid because she hasn't been 18 for very long, and what happened to her because she's been Baker acted for being extremely emotionally like this and not understanding or calming down. That's not what happens with you when you're a kid. Things are all different. But anyway, he was very nice. He tried to work with her. She didn't listen to him. She did when he asked her to do stuff. He grabbed her hand, but she did try to pull away. Everything that he did was fine. My parents.
And the reason why she still thinks she's a kid, even though she's a full-grown adult woman, is because she's never been held accountable for anything. She really hasn't been. Yeah, she's just been allowed to blame men for everything. And as a direct result of that, she genuinely believes she's a kid. And she genuinely believes she's too young to be facing any charges, even though she's a full-grown adult woman. Yeah, that's literally what's happening. I know this because I've seen that before.
My mom was in this insurance office. I grew up in law enforcement mainly, so I get it. And you guys' job, I wouldn't want it for anything right now because it's hard. And kids nowadays are disrespectful because all the social media and police are supposed to be bad, but they're not. Alright? He was more than patient. I do wish that I could have maybe had one more chance now that she realized that she would be getting arrested. I don't think she thought she was getting arrested or she was going to get arrested. She feels justified that she's upset, but not that anything else, like that. So I wanted to try to give her one more chance to get her because I really don't know that she. Now I don't know what's going to happen. Now she's going to lose a lot of that as well that she just got. So a lot of things are going to be bad from that, but maybe it'll be a learning lesson for her because I told them, in a way, I'm not as upset because I think she needs to learn, but I also don't think she can actually help it as a mom because she's been having these little anger issues since she was 5 years old. So it's now I feel like.
Yeah, and the reason why she's been having these anger issues since she was 5 years old, madam, is because she's been allowed to blame men for everything since she was 5 years old. So her mental growth never really exceeded beyond that. It really never did.
My fault. Shouldn't have brought her here. This wouldn't have happened.
Oh my God.
Maybe it would have happened at home when I got him home. She would have gotten a big fight and the police would have been at our house. You know what I'm saying? So, but either which way, I just feel really bad. He was fine. She was very disrespectful and rude, which I'm sure is not appreciated. And it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's unfortunate. I'd love to take her home and not have her arrested, but I also understand that you have to do what you have to do. He was very, very patient. He was, you know, he didn't hurt her. He didn't twist her. Yeah. She said that, but I think she thinks that, but that's not what happened. So
You saw everything.
I saw everything that happened. He did everything by the book and was way more patient probably than most people would have been up to that point. So I don't blame him, and I apologize for any disrespect that she said to him. I just, it's really my fault. I shouldn't have brought her here to begin with, because I know that I knew this was going to happen. Down deep, I knew this would happen. She couldn't control herself. It's my fault. So listen to me, because you're not listening to anyone. This is why you are where you are. Listen, the best thing you can do for yourself when you get to jail, do not fight with anyone. No, nobody's going to rape you. That's too much. No, they're not. Sophia. People are going to touch me. She can't. She needs to go to a mental home is where she needs to go. She has this.
Alright, that's all we got time for today. But before we leave, I want to point out one thing. Notice how the mom openly admitted that the guy did everything by the book. And turns out, was not enough. That's really another reason why so many men, including myself included, have decided to become passport bros and get ourselves away from overseas. Because a lot of our experiences is that even if we do everything right, like we do everything completely by the book with you ladies, we do. Like we did everything we're supposed to do, we did everything you asked. In the end, just like that boyfriend over there, we still get screwed over by a feminist woman like this. We do. So we decided, like, hey, it's not worth it anymore. It really is not.